Black Myth: Wukong is without a shadow of a doubt one of the best action role-playing games out there. There are no two ways about it. Last week, I reviewed the PC version and came away deeply impressed with its breathtaking visuals and engaging gameplay mechanics. However, there was a concern with how the PlayStation 5 version was shaping up. Given the lack of PS5 reviews last week, it's a given that many players, including myself, were skeptical about how the game would perform on Sony's console. Given that we have a number of games that have performed poorly at launch on consoles, and I'm definitely looking at you, Cyberpunk 2077 and Star Wars Jedi Survivor, the lack of console reviews definitely raised an eyebrow or two. But after spending hours with the PS5 version of Black Myth: Wukong, I can confidently state that it is as good as the PC version.
I don't care what my blade
From a technical perspective, Black Myth: Wukong on the PS5 features everything that you should expect from a modern console port. The game features 3 graphical modes, namely Quality, Balance, and Performance mode. As the name suggests, the Performance mode lowers the resolution to run the game at a higher frame rate. The Balance mode, well, it provides the ideal balance between resolution and frame rate. And finally, the Quality mode lowers the FPS to achieve a higher rendering resolution.
and blade.
Obviously, there is more than what meets the eyes. The Quality mode renders the game at what looks like 1440p at a target frame rate of 30 frames per second. The Performance mode, on the other hand, renders the game at what looks like 1080p resolution, but ramps up the frame rate to 60. The Balance mode probably targets a resolution between 1440 and 1080p, but brings down the frame rate into the 40s. The performance, for the most part, on all 3 modes is reasonably good. There are noticeable hiccups here and there, but what we're looking at here is a mostly stable version that can be improved through future patches.
With me! Hold the line!
Compared to PC, the PS5 version obviously lags in some graphical features like shadow and post-processing quality, but overall, it comes really close to high settings on PC, especially in Quality mode. This is extremely impressive given that the PC version is a state-of-the-art product. Furthermore, I observed that the load times were much faster on the PS5. This could vary from location to location, but you definitely don't have to wait too long on the PlayStation 5 to fast travel. From a technical perspective, Black Myth: Wukong is a surprise on the PlayStation 5. It not only manages to deliver breathtaking visuals thanks to some fantastic art styles, but also manages to push the Unreal Engine 5 to its limit. I am sure that we'll see some more graphically stunning games on the PS5 as the console approaches its end of its life, but as of now, Black Myth: Wukong is easily one of the best looking games on the system. Talking about the gameplay, everything of what I said about the PC version also stands true here. The combat is the core pillar of the experience in Black Myth: Wukong, focusing on a single type of weapon, your trusty staff. If you've played other action role-playing games like Bloodborne, you'll feel right at home with Black Myth: Wukong. With its focus on quick reaction times, you would need to dodge and slash your way through this epic adventure. Just like many of its contemporaries, Black Myth Wukong focuses on earning skill points in order to make your character stronger. There is a lot to choose here, with whole trees dedicated to things like stamina and survival. Then there are stances, which are further split into 3 types. Each of them have multi-layered skills, which makes each stance type stronger. Personally, I preferred investing in the smash stance, but I could totally see someone investing more in the pillar stance, as it has a number of cool-looking moves. You can also craft different types of armor, which gets unlocked as you progress throughout the game. Similarly, you will unlock different types of staffs, and some of them also have their own internal upgrade paths. The game's level design urges players to explore every nook and cranny of the world, and as you collect more resources, you'll be able to craft powerful items and potions. Black Myth Wukong uses will, an in-game currency that players can earn by exploring and defeating enemies, and using that in conjunction with resources, players can then craft medicines and buffs, which will be used during difficult encounters. Players can craft consumables that can increase their attack stats or become resistant against a certain effect like fire or freeze. All of this comes together to create an intriguing combat system that may look simple on paper, but is actually exhilarating and filled with adrenaline. However, the real stars of the show are the boss fights. Black Myth Wukong puts you against them every now and then, some easy, some really difficult. But you can learn their patterns and weaknesses, which will make the game a much more accessible experience compared to, say, something like a Dark Souls or an Elden Ring. Black Myth Wukong is easily one of the best PS5 games out there, let alone one of the best action role-playing games on the system. There is definitely scope for improving performance as far as frame rate is concerned, and the addition of a map would have been appreciated. But the many positives simply eclipse those shortcomings. With its focus on fast-paced combat, thrilling boss encounters, a simple but engaging progress and crafting system, and some excellent visuals, make Black Myth Wukong a must-play title for anyone who owns a PlayStation 5. It'll be interesting to see what Game Science do with the IP in the future, or if they'll take a new direction, but there is no denying that their debut project has been nothing short of a stellar experience. And that'll be about it for this one. If you guys like what we're doing at GamingBolt, please consider subscribing to our channel, and I'll see you guys on the next video.